Hello, and welcome to our Employer Spotlight featuring Fresenius Medical Care North America. My name is Maureen Weber. I'm a Senior Career Services Advisor here at Rasmussen University. And joining me today is Jillian Davis, Campus Recruiter. Welcome, Jillian.
Thank you so much for having me today, Maureen. I'm a manager of university relations across the West Division, so the west half of the country. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I recruit newly graduated nursing students across the country for our nurse resident position, which we have available in our dialysis clinics as well as the hospitals that we have contracts with.
Great. Why don't we start off with having you tell us a little bit about Fresenius Medical Care?
Sure. Fresenius Medical Care is a global dialysis company with almost 3,000 clinics and contracts with hospitals across all 50 states and territories. So we have over 70,000 employees, and we're recruiting graduate nurses pre-licensure across the country for our nurse resident position, which offers $10,000 in bonuses. We are the largest provider of dialysis services in the world. Our headquarters are actually located in Germany. And I always like to tell students that we are the biggest company you've never heard of because we have clinics located all over the country, like gas stations. We're also unique in the dialysis industry because we're the only vertically integrated renal company. So this means that not only do we provide dialysis services and treatments, but we also have our own pharmaceutical branch, we offer lab services, and we manufacture and distribute our own equipment as well. So fun fact, most of our competitors actually use our products and equipment.
This is terrific. I love that you have so many locations across the country. That is so many opportunities for nursing grads. So let's take a moment and review the opportunities that you are promoting today, the Nurse Resident Program.
Sure. So we have a nurse resident position. We recruit these students typically while they're still in school because we can extend offers for this role up to 8 months in advance of your graduation date from nursing school. And then we can begin training you right away. So you'll have 90 days after your start date with the company to take and pass your NCLEX, but we do have flexibility with the start date. So if you would prefer to take that time after graduation to fully focus and study for that NCLEX and get it out of the way before you begin training, you can certainly do so. You can basically choose when you'd like to begin. You'd also be eligible for $10,000 in bonuses, and you'd be enrolled in our nurse residency training program, which is an enhanced training program designed to offer extra support to our new grad nurses.
Wow, that's terrific. I love the signing bonus. What a great feature that is, and the flexibility. Awesome.
Absolutely.
So I do want to take a moment to talk about how to apply. So while this employer is interested in speaking with Rasmussen University graduates, there is never a guarantee that you will be offered a position with the organization. And one of the ways you can apply is through Job Connect, which is our online job board here at the university. And I do have the link on this slide, along with the Job Connect ID numbers for the nurse residency program. Jillian, do you want to talk about how the application process works at your organization?
Absolutely. So you have a couple of options. You could fill out an application right there on Simplicity. From there, I'll get a notification and I'll reach out to you to schedule a 30-minute phone call. And we'll really just review this nurse residency program and see if it's a right fit for you. From there, I can get you scheduled for interviews and you'll be invited to apply formally on our website. You could also just go ahead and apply directly to our career site, which is that second link on the screen there. So it's jobs.fmcna.com/university. Now, when you first enter into that page, you're going to see a whole bunch of application links. So you're going to want to look for your state and fill out the appropriate application based on location, and the appropriate recruiter will be in touch with you.
Great. So a couple different ways to apply for our job seekers. So before we wrap up today, I did want to give you the opportunity to kind of talk about some industry trends and give some advice to our job seekers. So what are some industry myths that you see out there?
Sure, sure. This is a good question. So I have a couple that come to mind. The first myth that I come across often when I'm visiting classrooms is that I hear a lot of professors and faculty saying, as a newly graduated nurse, you need to get into a med surge role initially. Most RN students complete clinical rotations on a med surge floor during school, so they have an idea of what the role entails. And not everyone wants to pursue med surge after graduation. Nursing is such a vast industry. There are so many different types of nursing out there that there is certainly a good match out there for everyone. You can continue to develop your skill set as a nurse. In most nursing roles that you choose to pursue. And a nurse's career path doesn't need to fit into a cookie cutter standard for everyone. I'd say the nurses who choose to pursue a career in dialysis typically do so because they find the relationships they build with their patients to be incredibly rewarding. So that's one of them. I'd say the second myth that I come across often is that a lot of nursing students are under the impression that dialysis nursing is a more slow paced position. And I just want to tell everyone that is not true at all. Our dialysis nurses can have up to 12 patients at a time with 4 patient care technicians there to support them. So our nurses are moving quickly and working efficiently to provide quality care to our patients.
Wonderful. And what about some upcoming changes that you see for the industry?
Sure, sure. So some of the upcoming changes for nurses seeking employment is that nursing has been in high demand for a long time, partly due to the baby boomers retiring and leaving the healthcare workforce. And as the population ages, we're requiring more healthcare overall. We now need nurses more than ever. So my advice to you is to, be picky during your job hunt. Find a company that offers an extensive training program, educational and professional development programs, and of course, competitive pay. Remember that you are interviewing these companies as much as they're interviewing you. So be sure to find a role that will be a good fit for you.
Absolutely. It is really a two-way interview. It has to be a good fit for both the employer and the job seeker. Finally,
Absolutely.
do you want to wrap up and tell us a few of the benefits of working at Fresenius?
Absolutely. So I'd say the most important benefit of working here is really the relationship that you're able to build with your patients. Our nurses are seeing their patients for a long period of time. The patients usually come in 3 days a week for 4 to 6 hour long treatments. So they spend a lot of face-to-face time with them and they become very close with them. A lot of our nurses are getting invited to weddings and birthdays and graduation ceremonies because they really become like a part of that patient's family. Um, we also offer fantastic medical, dental, vision benefits. Let's see, tuition reimbursement is my personal favorite. So, in addition to the educational and professional advancement programs that this company offers, we also offer nurses $5,200 per calendar year to go back to school. And if they want to pursue higher education, and it's not just our nursing staff, it's all of our staff. Um, we also offer fantastic PTO. So, as a brand new employee, you will accrue 8 hours of PTO or paid time off every pay period, and we get paid every 2 weeks. So, what that means is that as a new employee, you'll have accrued 5 weeks of PTO during your first year of employment, which is more than any company I've ever heard of. And then let's see. Oh, lastly, I'd like to touch on the 401k. So the company will offer or will match 50 cents to every dollar you invest up to 6%. And then once you've been employed with the company for 5 years, they'll actually match you dollar to dollar.
Wow, wonderful. That great benefits, great opportunities for our job seekers out there. So thank you for taking the time to highlight the nurse resident positions at Fresenius Medical Care. They are such amazing opportunities for our job seekers. And thank you also for sharing your expertise with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Maureen.